Hi, my name is Kiran Rawat. So today I am going to present the Capstone Project 4 that is all related to data visualization. So we need to make a dashboard with the help of any data visualization tool on the data, the same data that we did use for EDA in our second Capstone project. So for that project, the data that I have chosen was Amazon Prime content basically. So I am going to make dashboard with the help of Tableau and we are going to have some key insight over the data. What is the objective for this project? The goal of this project to analyze the shows and movies available on Amazon Prime Video using the insight from the dashboard created, focus to identify key patterns in the content available on the platform, like what genre and type of shows are the most popular, how is content distributed across different regions, how has the content library on the Amazon Prime evolved over time, what genre or content types need more focus, right? What genre should be marketed more heavily, how to produce or acquire content that is most likely to resonate with viewers and drive user engagement. So before the project, I'm going to have a quick view on EDA. So for the EDA, we were having two files. First was title, that is all related to the movie information like ratings, votes, runtime, description, genre, what reason, everything. And about the credits, we were having the information about the cast for a particular movie. Okay, so after doing ETA, after data cleaning, data wrangling, I did merge the data and then I downloaded it. What I did, I uploaded that data into Excel. So these file we were having titles and credits, and this is the data that I am going to work on Tableau. Okay, so as we can see, we have IDs of the movies, title, then type, release year, A certification, runtime, genre information, then TMDV, IMDb score, person ID, then actors, director's name, and everything. Okay, let's get started with the data visualization. So for this project, I have pasted the link of the GitHub. So you can just click on this link and have a quick view on the EDA also if you want to. So, problem statements that we need to identify the solution of are related to the content diversity, regional availability, trends over time, IMDb ratings and popular, content acquisition, regional content distribution, and these targeted marketing campaigns, subscription growth. So I have also pasted a screenshot about my dashboard. So this is the screenshot of overview that we are going to have a depth analysis on, and this is the summary. And also I have just taken in screenshot of one more dashboard that is going to tell you about the key insight. I have linked that dashboard to the main dashboard because if someone is going to find this dashboard from the Tableau, so they don't need to go back to our document, right? So let's get started with data visualization. So I prepared this dashboard with the help of Tableau, and we are going to have depth analysis for every single chart. Okay, so after data cleaning and EDA, the total content that is available on Amazon Prime data set, we have 8,861 rows, in which movies are 7,852 and the total shows are 1,009. Okay, so the first chart is related about trends over the time. We can see, if we talk about the movies, evaluation as per count over the years. We can see that movie count is evolving by the time. But if we talk about 2019, so we had 628 movie production in 2019. But when we are seeing for 2022, so there are drop in the count of the movies, right? It is total 47. So we can say that because COVID hits, everybody knows, so industry was not very much active in that period of a time. So I think that would be one of the reason for this decline, right? Same goes for the shows. We can see that shows are evolving over the time, and we also can see in 2021 total shows, that is 110, were available on Amazon Prime, and then there is a decline for 2022. Their total shows available are 29. So we can say by the time it was evolving, but just because of COVID situation, there could be any reason also, but I think the most important the reason would be COVID only. That is why we are seeing this decline, right? Also we can see that the number of movies are much higher than the number of the total shows, right? So basically Amazon Prime content is focusing on movies more, right? So let's talk about the location. So when we are seeing this location chart, so we can see for the US it is the darker area. So darker the area, basically total number of a content is higher. So we can see for the US the total number of a content that is produced and it is on platform is 5070. If we talk about India, the total content is 985, and this data is by the year 2022. We are not having the data for 23, 24, and 25. Okay. Also we can see if we talk about Brazil, so total number of a content produced is 35, right? It's very less. So what can we do? We can have the insight on that why it is the case. It could be the case of the language barrier, if people are not finding it interesting because of it. Also subtitles would not be available on the platform related to the certain language. That is why people are not watching it, because they are not understanding the content, right? So it could be the reason. So what can we do? We can focus more on different reasons also. We need to focus on the most producing countries, because we are going to have more viewer from those countries. But if we talk about the Brazil and the countries that are not very much producing right now, so we can have the insight that what was the reason, and then we can dub the shows in different languages. We can add more subtitles, right? We can have partnership with the local content maker. We can do more marketing over there. It could be possibility people are not knowing about the OTT platform there, right? So that is the key insight for the location we can all have. Okay. So let's talk about the genre here. So in the genre, we can have the total, as per the total number of account, the genre that is leading is drama, comedy, thriller. But it is all about the quantity if we're talking about over the period of a time. But what about the ratings? What about the number of a genre? As we saw in the previous video that we are having more than one genre in one particular movie and in one shows. So that would also be the factor if IMDb rating is going high or less, right? So for the genre I have made three charts. So this is the navigation icon I have added. So first we are going to talk about this chart. So in this chart we can see drama, comedy, thriller, action, romance. These are the genre that are leading as per the content, right? For the movies total content is 3956. For the shows it is 481, right? For the comedy if we talk about is total shows 361, and then the total movies is 2428. We can also can see what is the, like, it is a large difference in between movies and shows, right? If we talk about the popular genre as per the rating, so we can see the documentaries, then history, then reality, war, European. These are the genre that are leading as per the rating. So people are finding these more interesting. But we do have conflict here, right? The number of a content in the drama genre is 4,437, but the rating is not very high. So it could be a reason that we are not focusing on these genre, right? We need to focus on these genre because these are more likable by the audience. So if we want to retain more viewer, we need to have more user engagement. So what can we do? We can do some marketing or partnership with the labels that are making movies or shows related to these genres, and we need to make some content related to these genre also, because they are leading as per the ratings. Also, if we talk about the total content, so if people are focusing on these content, so we also need to make some more content related to these, because sometimes what happens, people are engaging with these kind of a genre, right? Let's talk about genre count. So this is the chart all about IMDb rating versus genre frequency. So we all can see here that if the genre count is 8 for the shows, here we don't have any movies. So the rating of these shows are higher. Basically, it is more than 6, right? So if IMDb score is 6, it is more likable source, right? If we talk about movies, we can see if we have one genre count in movies, so we can see the variance in the movie IMDb rating, right? But if we talk about, if we are comparing shows and movies here as per the genre count, so we need to focus more on genre. So people are finding interesting shows if they have mixed genre, right? And it is only because genre is having different seasons, different episode, right? So people could be more engageable with the content. But when we talk about movies, so sometimes it will not guarantee you, if you are mixing the genre, it will give you the good rating, because we also having the exception here, right? So these are the exceptions. So what can we do? We can focus more on shows as per the genre count, because they are having incredibly high ratings as per the movie database IMDb, right? As per the movie count. Also, we saw that mm, in the number of a content, we have a large difference in between movies and shows. So we need to add more shows on the platform, so we can have more profit as people will subscribe more your OTT platform, right? So for these, we can have the example of South Asian dramas. Now in these days, people are watching them because they are having more than 2 to 3 seasons, right? They are engageable, so people are buying the subscription of a OTT platform. So it would be related to this dashboard only. So this is also a navigation bar, so if you are going to click on it, you will be having the main dashboard. Okay, so it was all about the genre. If we talk about the A certification distribution, so if we talk about the A certification distribution, so R rated content is more likable, higher than other content. Also, we can see we have total content 8,861, but we are having content that is for satisfaction is available is 3,234. That is less. So basically we are missing some values over here. So it could be a possibility that they are not giving any certification, or it could be a possibility of data loss, right? Also, we can see if we talk about the this TVY7 under age of 7, basically, so we have the percentage of 1.33% of the total content available. So it is very less, so we are not having content for the particular age group, right? So we need to focus more on A certification as well, and we need to provide more content as per the different age groups, so we can retain the more viewer. People will be finding it interesting for kids, for teenage, for adult, right? So we have we are going to have different age groups for our platform. Like we do have in Netflix, we have this child section. So if we are clicking on that, so we are going to see all the child content available, right? So this is the distribution of the A certification in the data. Okay. If we talk about the top 10 actors, so we can see that Roy Rogers, Baz Flowers, these are the top 10 actors as per the IMDb ratings. If we talk about Toby Jones, so he gave us one drama, also one movie that is Archive, and one drama that is Doctorists. The rating for these contents are higher. So these are the top 10 actors. So what can we do? We can have more content related to these actors, so people will follow your content on OTT platform. Okay. There is one more dashboard for the directors. So we can see that Dikpal Lanchekar has one of the highest rating as per the IMDb, and this is Pavan K Hind. Basically, this is a Marathi movie. If you saw the movie, so this was the Marathi movie. So it was a commercial success across the globe, right? So it is one of the top 10 director as per the IMDb movie database, right? So we can have more content from these people, so people will follow the content over the OTT. Also, if we are going to have a different pair with these different pair from the top 10 actors and these top 10 directors, so basically they will give you the quality content over the platform, and people are going to subscribe the platform just because of shows and movies. So this was all about the cast. Let's talk about the top 8 content of all time. So if we are talking, I have used some filters over here. So this is basically top and selector. So if you are going to select, like if you are going to select top 5, so if we talk about the shows, so Harmony with AR Rahman, then The Chosen, then the Grazone Contento, then Couple of Mirrors. So these are the 5 shows that is more likely be higher in ratings. And if we talk about all, so these are the 5 content that is having high rating in this: Nathan Can, DN Skies, then Arizona Skies. These are the movies and these are the shows. One more thing, of green color is basically for the movie, and red color, pink color basically is for the shows. Okay. If we talk about the shows, so we can have different shows, right? So what can we have? We can see like different top 17 shows, top 28 shows, and we can go to their genre, basically their description, what was the movie all about, what was the show all about, and then we can focus on more that kind of a content. We can have more shows similar kind of, so people are going to uh, watch it over the platform, right? There is one more chart related to it, and this chart is all about the popularity versus rating. So if we can see in this, Titanic is one of the movie that is having the popularity, IMDb popularity, basic the number of the votes. This movie got 1 crore 13 lakh 3,692 votes, right? But if we talk about this movie, this is having the higher rating, that is 9.9. Pavan K Hind, that is a Marathi movie, but the number of votes are not higher. So what insight we are getting from it? We are getting from it that some content is most likely are having the higher IMDb rating, but it could be possibility that people might not have found it yet on the OTT platform. So for all these kind of a content, what can we do? We can arrange marketing promotions all across the social media, so people are going to back your on your platform and they are going to watch it. Similarly, now in these days we can see that people are making these editing videos about the shows and movies, and then it is going viral, and then ott platform are adding that content on the platform. So it is, this chart is basically all about that only, right? So if we are going to have some promotional videos over these kind of movies and shows, so people will be following you on the platform if you are adding these kind of a content on your ott platform. Okay, so basically you are making user engagement plus you are retaining more viewers. Okay, lastly, this chart is all about the comparison ratings as per the season. So we have two groups here, fewer season and more season. For fewer season, what can we have? So we have different data for the shows where number of a seasons available. So if the seasons count is less than 2 or equal to 2, I made the group fewer season, and more than 2 shows, more than 2 seasons, I made the group more seasons. Okay, so we can find the difference here, that the median for this is 6.7 and the median for this is 7.2. So basically this is having the slighter higher median than this. Also, we can see the variance of the imdb score here, right? So deviation is more if in comparison to this deviation, more season deviation. So what can we have the insight on? So we can say that if we are having shows that is having more seasons, so people are going to be engaged with those seasons, those shows, and they are likely to watch the content on the ott platform. They are going to subscribe because it is going to be for a longer period of a time, so people are going to watch it. So we can have this kind of a insight for this, right? There also are some outliers, like total season was 28 but the imdb rating is 2.2. So it would also be a case, so we can just exclude these kind of a shows if they are not having a good rating, because 2.2 is very less rating as per the imdb score, right? So critics also are very important for the content. So this was all about the overview of the data. If you want to have the depth analysis, you can just click on this icon. So you are going to have the summary over here. Also, I did add some filters over here. If you want to see, let's say if I want to see some 90s movies, so what I am going to do, I am going to have this drag this filter to 2000. So these are all the movies are in between 1912 to 2000s. So also I have added some information like uh, US means the reason, United States, movie genre was action, release year 1934, then genre count is 3, right? So these are the movies. If we talk about the imdb rating, if we want that imdb score should be more than 7.6, so these all are the movies: agnipath, escape from alcatraz, kala patthar. These are the movies that are having 7.6 imdb rating in between these years. And if we talk about action, if we let's say if I am going to see fantasy movies, so these are the fantasy movies, right? If we talk about the countries, what if I want to see movies from canada, so there is a one movie fantasy, marvin the top dancing horse. Runtime is basically if I want to uh, see, I want to watch, uh, there is a runtime is like short period of a time, so we can have this kind of a filter over here, right? Also we have seasons. If we have different season like two seasons is if available or not, if there is one only one season as per these all the filters. Okay, so basically this was all about the content filter. And if you want to overview, okay, so I hope you have understood it, right? Then also I have made one dashboard that is related to the key insight. If you want to have the key insight, what to do now, right? Want to know. So this is the key insight I have added on this dashboard. So key insight, basically content acquisition strategy, if we talk about. So based on the dashboard, we can see that genre like drama, comedy, and thriller have the highest content volume, indicating they are frequently produced or required. Have However, if we analyze content based on audience rating, we find the documentaries, reality shows, history genre tend to receive higher viewer rating, that we already talked about. So what decision we need to make to attract more viewer, to increase engagement? We should consider producing more high quality content in those particular genre, right? If we talk about the target regional preferences, if certain regions shows a higher performance for specific type of content like US, Canada, India, these are the most content producing countries, so most active in the content creation, right? So we can focus on partnership, marketing, content investment in countries like these, right? If we talk about the high rating content, so we saw that age group most of the content is made for. Amazon Prime can plan better for the future. On the other hand, if there is not much content for the kids or families, they can start creating more in that area also. By analyzing the audience ratings data from the dashboard, we observe that shows with higher rating often tend to be series with multiple season. We saw shows with multiple season, right? Expand global reach, invest in local content production, right? We can work with a local content creator, expand language options, subtitles, dubbing of the movies to make content accessible for the different regions audience. So people will likely to have basically people will be watching those shows also, like we are seeing South Asian dramas are very trending now in these days, right? Audience engagement and marketing. So the dashboard reveals some genre like drama consistently receiving higher average ratings, some content especially new or niche movies, right? So use these insight to segment the audience based on the genre preference and engagement behavior. Then design personalized marketing campaign. We can design, promote highly rated content but undervoted movies to audience who typically engage with the similar genre, right? Then we talk about the content life cycle. It should not be the case that for the one year we are making 10 movies and for other year we are making 200 something content we are producing for the year. So then there would be a gap. So we need to work constantly, so continuously. If we are not making like a big budget movie or big budget show, but we can do acquire some series from the local content creator, where like short series, special episode of the past movies and shows, so people will engage on your platform. Forecasting future trends. So genres like documentary, history, reality, with fewer in number but shows strong trends in ratings, so indicating that shift in the viewer preferences. We are seeing these kind of a trends. Then we also having the insights, smarter content planning, ensuring that Prime delivers the right content at the right time, leading to the higher customer satisfaction and subscriber growth, right? So it was all about this dashboard. So I am having some navigation over here, so we can just click on it. Also, if we talk, if you want to see more project like this, so you can just click on this. Also, I have also added some icon over here. This is the GitHub link, this is the LinkedIn profile, and this is the Tableau profile. You need to click on it and you are going to tend to have the view from the Tableau and from the LinkedIn or the GitHub, right? So this was all about the dashboard. If we talk about the recommendation, so focus on genre like documentary, history, reality. Then we need to think local and act global, create more content, more higher engagement regions like India, USA, and then Canada. Work with local creators that we already talked about. Then we need to have the content flowing, fill gaps with short series, special episode, regional hits. smart marketing for hidden gems, like people might not have found some series, some movies, but they are having higher ratings. So for those kind of quality shows, we can have promotional or editing videos over the social media for Instagram reel, or like TikTok reels or Facebook reels. So people will be finding about those contents, and then they will be watching those kind of a content on your platform. So this was all about the project. I hope I would have delivered the analysis right. So thank you so much for your time.